we are Veronica and Michele.
Hi.
And we have a baby, Ginevra, who had Krabbe leukodystrophy. And since November she has G-tube too. And from December, December, doctor said maybe she could die in few days. So we asked Camara her help and what we can do for help her. So we are so happy she traveled to Canada from here in Italy with us, and now she's here with us to help with Ginevra.
E Michele?
E io dico che sono molto felice, I am very happy per la presenza
because of Camara is here.
Io penso, I think, lei è meglio, it's better than a doctor, because she lived.
She could does a lot of suggests.
Yes, and sicuramente può darci degli ottimi consigli per gestire appunto questa malattia.
And Camara, she's better than a doctor because she lived her story with Anaya, and it's the same for us with Ginevra. So we are so happy she's here with us.
Thank you guys. Here, you hold the camera. My turn to talk.
Okay. So, this is Ginevra. She is 13 months old. And she is so beautiful. Oh, and she makes the same little noises as Anaya did when she was this age. Yeah, you do. And she can still see a little bit. Oh, you're tucking your head in. Oh, you're tucking your head in. Here, relax your back. Relax. Oh, there. Better? Okay. So one of the things that I noticed about Ginevra right away was that she was taking really deep breaths and going, and then sometimes she would stop breathing. And those were the same things that Anaya used to do when she needed more oxygen before we started giving her oxygen all the time. And Veronica and Michael's doctors have said that Ginevra's apneas, those short periods where she stops breathing, might just cause her to die, that she could just stop breathing in her sleep or stop breathing at any time. And after seeing Ginevra, and I noticed that it's so similar to Anaya, I feel comfortable telling them that I don't think that she is just going to suddenly stop breathing. That with Anaya, what would happen is she would stop breathing for a period of time, and then she would take a deep breath. She'd go, and that's what happens when the carbon dioxide builds up in the blood enough that it triggers a response for you to take a deep breath. And Anaya had that response even up until when she died. So I think that in that respect, it could be a while before Ginevra chooses to go. And also, I talked to the family of Ginevra about the oxygen and how it helped Anaya, because we did an oxygen study at the Children's Hospital in May with Anaya, where we studied her for 12 hours with an oximeter and a pulse meter on her chest, like a cardiac monitor. So they watched her heart and her breathing at the same time. And they found that without oxygen, she had 375 apneas in 12 hours, which means that she stopped breathing for longer than 30 seconds, 375 times in 12 hours. And that her oxygen levels went down. Oh, wait, look at you moving. Where are you going? You don't like sitting like that, do you? What will make you more comfortable? How about coming up? Come up. Would that be okay? Would that be better? Is that better? Okay. So her oxygen levels would go way down, and she had lots of them. But then we did this same study with her on half a liter to a liter of oxygen over 12 hours, and she had less than a third the number of events, and her oxygen never went below 70. So having the oxygen on all the time will reduce the number of apneas, and it will also make them less bad. It'll make it so that she can have more oxygen to carry her through the next apneic event. So that was the first thing that we talked about, was oxygen, and I think that she's going to have oxygen on a lot more now. And then I noticed that she was doing the same thing that Anaya did with her tongue. When she first started having trouble with saliva, she would go, which you will see later. She goes, and right now the amount of saliva that Ginevra has is manageable. It's not too much. She's not choking too much. But Veronica says that sometimes when she arches her back and has her head back, the saliva goes down and she's choking and her lips are turning blue. And they asked me what they can do for that. I had the same experience with Anaya. It's very scary when it happens. So I'm teaching them how to use the suction to go down her throat to get that gob of mucus when it happens, and also how to bring her out of it by giving her one breath on the mouth to help get her breathing again. So those are some of the things that we've been talking about. They have the same suction machine that Anaya did. Look at all that drool. So we were talking about keeping the suction machine in a place where it's handy, like in the bottom of the stroller, so that you can just turn it on, have it right nearby, and give her a little suck. And that just helps keep everything from sliding down into her throat and making her choke. And leaves for a happy baby. And later on today, we are all going over to the hospital to work on a positioning clinic where they're going to outfit Ginevra with a new chair and a stander, which I think is just great. And that's everything we have for this morning. Thank you.